Players of the Week, sponsored by the Arnold Carriage New Orleans Bowl and the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation. And we start in numerical order with each week. There were 15 weeks to the season. And just to give you some perspective, Ed, Lenny Van Gilder and I have to sift through so many really good candidates every week. And to pick one person on a weekly basis is a pretty difficult task. But we do our level best to make sure that we do that. We have 3 to break any tie. And then in addition to that, as you probably noticed, we do everything we possibly can to share the wealth. And that's truly the case here today because we have 15 representatives from 15 different schools. So that's not always the case, but that is the case this year. And I commend Ed and Lenny for their hard work in helping us to make this occur. So we start with week 1 for our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club and Nash Icon 106.1 FM, CrescentCitySports.com, and Friday Night Football Player of the Week, presented by the Arnold Carriage New Orleans Bowl. From Riverside Academy, Elijah Bill Davis, a senior. Davis had 31 carries for 304 yards and 7 touchdowns. And he caught a pass for 25 yards for good measure in a 62-23 win over St. Thomas Aquinas. Committed to the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Davis is coached by Lee Roussel. Lee, take a bow if you will. And we'd like to recognize family members of Elijah that are here today. Please take a bow. And this award is sponsored by Michael and Linda Green of Lifegate Ministries. We appreciate their support. Our player of the week for week number 1 from Riverside Academy is Elijah Davis. Bill?
First of all, I'd like to thank God for the blessing and everything I have. Second, I'd like to thank my parents, for teaching me everything. Third, I'd like to thank all my teammates, all my coaches I've had. I truly couldn't do anything without any of those guys. I'd like to give a very special thank you to Coach Lee over there, Coach Lee Roussel. You guys are awesome. Taught me everything. But taught me everything I know. I'm just very thankful to be here and be up here with all these guys. Thank you.
Way to go, Bill. Nice to have an offensive line coach. It's your head coach, too, man, to make sure you have some holes to run through. Oh, good. Our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club Player of the Week for week number 2 from De La Salle High School is P.J. Martin, a senior. Martin rushed 28 times for 293 yards and 2 scores. De La Salle staged a furious second-half rally to overcome Holy Cross 28-22. PJ is coached by Graham Jarrett. Graham, take a bow. And we want to recognize PJ's family members here today. Good videoing, but be acknowledged. You can stand, please do. And this award is sponsored by a proud De La Salle graduate and one of our leaders here with the Quarterback Club, Mr. Kevin G. Keitel, attorney at law. Our player of the week for week number 2 from De La Salle High School is PJ Martin. PJ?
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for making it. A lot of parents could have been at work right now, but I thank y'all for bringing all us to this wonderful event. It's a blessing to be able to, do the things I can do with the ball in my hands. I want to say thank you to Coach Brown and the whole De La Salle facility for whole De La Salle school for trusting me with the ball and just, developing a great game plan for teams that were, developing to stop me. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who made it and thank you for everything that I've accomplished. And yeah.
Way to go, Patrick. Good job. All right, Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club Player of the Week for week number 3 is running back Arnold Barnes of Booker T. Washington. A senior and now a Tulane commit as of last night. Barnes rushed 22 times for 381 yards and 5 touchdowns, and he caught a 25-yard touchdown pass as well, as the Lions outscored John Ehret 48-42 in a thriller. Barnes is coached by Wayne Reach Jr. The award is sponsored by Clifton and Laura Kahneman, and Arnold is taking an exam, the second one of the day right now, and his coach, Wayne Reach, says he's trying to get all the answers right so they can rush over here and be here late so they can get the award. Stay tuned. I got a feeling he might show up in just a little while. But we want to acknowledge him right now. Our player of the week, for week number 3 from Booker T. Washington, is Arnold Barnes. Moving on with week number 4, Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club player of the week from Belle Chase High School is Jaden Boyson, a junior. That's bad news for others. Boyson rushed 31 times for 327 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Cardinals down Selman 35-30 to remain unbeaten at 4-0. Boyson is coached by Stephen Myers. Stephen, take a bow. Is he here? There we go. Come on. All right. And we want to acknowledge his family members that are here too. Please be acknowledged and take a bow. And this award is sponsored by Linda Slayton and Dockside Lineman Incorporated. Our player of the week for week number 4 from Belle Chase is Jaden Boyson. Jaden?
First of all, I want to thank my parents. They taught me everything I know and gave me this opportunity to play football at least. And I want to thank Coach Neer for bringing me out here and taking this time out of his day to do it, even though he got opportunities and everything. I want to thank all the coaches that have Belle Chase for giving me this opportunity to shine, and thank my teammates for giving me support and protection and stuff. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jaden. Our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club player of the week for week number 5, Misador Newman School, is Arch Manning, a senior and Texas commit. Manning set 3 school records in a 55-22 victory over Pearl River. Manning completed 18 of 29 passes for 357 yards and 7 touchdowns in the win. And he moved ahead of his uncle Peyton for career touchdown passes in school history, and moved ahead of his uncle Eli for career passing yards. And he moved ahead of another really good player, Jay Tyler, in total touchdowns in Newman history. Manning is coached by Nelson Stewart. Nelson, take a bow. I want to acknowledge his family members who are here today as well, gentlemen. And this award is sponsored by M.H. Phillips, attorney-at-law, and by Mr. Vernon Brinson, who's here today as well. Our player of the week for week number 5 from Newman School, Arch Manning. Arch.
I've been fortunate enough to play 43 high school football games across Louisiana throughout my career, and I've enjoyed every second of it. I'd like to thank the Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club for having me, along with the 14 other great players. I wouldn't be here without my coaches, teammates, and family. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Arch. Week number 6, our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club player of the week from Lutcher High School is DeWanye Winfield. A senior, Winfield completed 13 of 15 passes for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he rushed 24 times for 237 yards and 5 touchdowns in a 42-7 win over South Terrebonne. In the process, he went over 1,000 yards rushing and over 1,000 yards passing for the season through just 6 games. Winfield is coached by Dwayne Jenkins. We acknowledge Dwayne, and also want to acknowledge family members that are here today. So please take a bow. And our award is sponsored by Paul Arrow and WSLA 1560 AM from Lutcher High School. For week number 6, our player of the week from Lutcher is DeWanye Winfield. DeWanye.
First, I would like to thank God for giving me the opportunity. I'd like to thank everybody here at this event. I'd like to thank Coach Jenkins for giving me the opportunity playing and starting 4 years in Lutcher High School. I'd like to thank my family for being here today, and definitely my team and my family at Lutcher for giving me a great opportunity to play at Lutcher. Thank you.
All right, Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club player of the week for week number 7 from John Curtis Christian School is Marlon Prout. A junior, Prout rushed 14 times for 137 yards and a touchdown as John Curtis went on the road and posted an impressive 35-14 win at Perennial Power Acadiana. Prout is coached by J.T. Curtis, who's busy with a graduation today. No, he's not graduating, not yet anyway. But he's represented by his son Jeff here today, and it's great to have Jeff here. And we want to acknowledge Marlon's family members as well that are here today, and we're very proud. This award is sponsored by John Hughes and the Canada. Week number 7, our Prep Player of the Week is Marlon Brown of John Curtis Christian.
I just want to say I'm thankful for this award, not only for me, but for my teammates at John Curtis, more specifically the running back and quarterback group, because at John Curtis in the triple option offense, you never knew who's really going to get the ball every play. So truth be told, it could have been either one of us up there receiving this award tonight. I want to thank God and my family for supporting me and being there with me through it all. Thank you all for coming.
Translation, give him the ball 25 times, thank you. Our Player of the Year for week number 8, Player of the Year, Player of the Week for week number 8 by the Brady New Orleans Quarterback Club from John Aaron High School is Royal Faldu. The senior Faldu rushed 17 times for 255 yards and 3 touchdowns. He completed 9 of 15 passes for 109 yards and a 4th score, and a thrilling 33-28 win at Chalmette in a showdown for the District 8-5A lead. A 2-time most valuable player in District 8-5A. Faldu was coached by Reggie Rogers. And we'd like to acknowledge Royals family members here as well. This award is sponsored by Ronnie Lamarck and Lamarck Ford, Lamarck Automotive Complex from week number 8, our Player of the Week from John Aaron High School, Royal Faldu.
Good afternoon. First off, I want to thank God for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank my family for being there with me. I want to thank my coaches for taking me up all 3 of my years in high school, playing high school football. I also want to thank all these people for being here today. And just wish have a good day.
Okay. Comedy show starts at 10. Great day. Well, congratulations. For week number 9, our Player of the Week from Bogalusa High School, Ashton Levi. A junior, Levi accounted for 605 yards and 5 touchdowns in a 56-15 win over Vine. Levi completed 19 of 28 passes, 544 yards and 4 touchdowns. Levi also rushed 3 times for 5 yards and a 5th score, and he caught a pass for good measure for 56 yards, and I think he carried the water too. Levi is coached by Cyril Crutchfield. Cyril, we welcome family members here today as well from Bogalusa and from Ashton's family, and this award is sponsored by Tim Levy and Pel Hughes, PelHughes.com. Our Player of the Week for week number 9 from Bogalusa is Ashton Levy. Ashton.
Good afternoon, everybody. I appreciate everybody for attending each and every one, man, to receive an award today. We appreciate everybody here that's in the crowd, support us, that means a lot to us, and everybody have a blessed day.
Our Player of the Week for week number 11 from East St. John High School is Nakai Joseph. A junior, another year remaining. Joseph caught 11 passes for 233 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Wildcats held off Walker 29-28 in a thriller, which we have on CrescentCitySports.com in the opening round of the non-select Division I state playoffs. Nakai is coached by Brandon Brown. Brandon, take a bow. And also want to recognize family members here today as well from Nakai. The award sponsored by Doug Sinceri, attorney at law for week number 11. Our Player of the Week from East St. John is Nakai Joseph. Nakai.
How y'all doing? First off, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to play football at East St. John High School, and I want to thank my coaches and family. Thank you for your time.
Going back to week 10, next, our Prep Player of the Week. I just made him wait intentionally because he's too fast for everybody, so I wanted to slow him down. For week number 10, from Warren Easton High School, Fred Robertson. A junior, Robertson rushed 21 times for 320 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he caught a pass for 5 yards in a 59-38 victory over McDonough 35 to win the District 11 4A championship. Robertson is coached by Jerry Phillips, who's here today. Jerry, take a bow. Also want to recognize Fred's family members here today as well. And this award is sponsored by our good and great friend and colleague, Ro Brown. And our player of the week for week number 10 for the Warren Easton High School is Fred Robertson. Fred?
Good afternoon. First, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to be here. I want to thank my parents and everybody that supported me through everything. And I want to say thank you to Warren Easton for giving me this opportunity to represent my school, and I appreciate it.
Next up for week number 12, our player of the week for the Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club from Destrahan High School is Jai Eugene Jr. A senior and Tulane commit, Eugene completed 11 of 13 passes for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. He rushed 11 times for 129 yards and 3 scores. And the Wildcats remain undefeated with a 35-14 win over Dutchtown in the non-select Division I state regional round of the playoffs. Jai is coached by Marcus Scott. Marcus, take a bow. And we want to acknowledge Jai's family members here today as well. Award sponsored by a good and great friend of the Quarterback Club at Destrahan High School, Dr. Benny Jones. Our player of the week for week number 12 from Destrahan High School is Jai Eugene Jr. Jai?
Good evening. First and foremost, I want to thank the man above. I also want to thank my family and my head coach, Coach Scott, for being there for me every step of the way. I'm just so happy to be here. Thank everyone.
All right, Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club Rep Player of the Week for week number 13 from St. Martin's Episcopal, running back Harlan Berry. A sophomore, Berry rushed 29 times for 306 yards and 4 touchdowns, and he ran for a 2-point conversion as the Saints defeated St. Mary's 29-25 to reach the Select Division IV semifinals. It is the first time St. Martin's has ever been in the state semifinals in school history. Berry is coached by Frank Gendusa. Frank, take a bow. And we want to acknowledge family members here for Harlem as well. Our player of the week for week number 13, sponsored by Ronald Ashley from St. Martin's Episcopal, Harlan Berry. Harlan?
First and foremost, I just want to thank God. I want to thank my family, especially my dad, for convincing my mom to let me play football. And I just want to thank my team, my coaches, for all believing in me and giving me the ball and letting me do what I could do. Thank y'all.
Congratulations, Harlan. We go to week number 14 in our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club Player of the Week. For week 14 from Brother Martin High School is Torrey Lambert. A senior, Lambert rushed 24 times for 283 yards and 5 touchdowns. He caught 2 passes for 33 yards as the Crusaders down Carencro 55-24 in the Select Division I state semifinals, marking the first time Brother Martin reached the state championship game since 1989. Lambert is coached by Mark Bonise, who, as mentioned, could not be here today, but John Norris is here at his place. We salute John, salute his family members as well that are here today to be acknowledged. And this award is sponsored by Jim and Jen Ravanack, our player of the week for week number 14 from Brother Martin. It's Torrey Lambert. Torrey?
Good afternoon. I want to thank everybody for their time today. I want to thank God for giving me all the abilities I have athletically and academically. I want to give thanks to my mom. She's always been there. I want to give thanks to all my teammates, my coaches for me to be the best man you see today. Thank you.
And our final week, player of the week for week number 15, the Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club from St. Charles Catholic, Aiden Audemars. A senior, Audemars rushed 17 times for 57 yards and a touchdown. He completed 13 of 18 passes for 182 yards and a touchdown, as the Comets rallied past Dunham 32-28 for the Select Division I state championship. Audemars coached by Wayne Stein. Wayne, take a bow. And we salute Audemars' family members as well. The award is sponsored by Tony Stoltz, CPA. Our player of the week from the Quarterback Club for week number 15 from St. Charles Catholic is Aiden Audemars. Aiden?
First, I want to thank my students at school, especially faculty and Coach Wayne. I want to thank my parents still always being there for me, and